Welcome back. You're watching The Full View. In some international news, to Indonesia now, where rescue efforts are continuing follow the massive 7.5 magnitude earthquake and subsequent tsunami that struck the island of Sulawesi yesterday. Officials put the number of dead at about 384, with 540 injured and 29 missing, but the figure is expected to rise.
The tsunami hit the city of Palu at dusk yesterday. Hundreds of people had gathered for a festival on the beach when waves up to 6 meters high smashed ashore, sweeping many to their death and destroying everything in their path. 16,700 people are being evacuated to 24 centers in Palu.
Evakuasi masih terus dilakukan.
Evacuation is still in process and identifying the deceased is also still in progress. We estimate the number of accumulated casualties from both the quake and tsunami will increase further in Donggala and Palu. We also received reports that the tsunami waves reached as high as 6 meters and some people saved their lives by climbing 6-meter trees.
This morning, rattled residents could be seen on the streets of the city as aftershocks continue to rock the region. Patients at nearby hospitals have also been moved outside in case of severe aftershocks. And while hospitals battle to cope with the influx of injured people, bodies are being found trapped under the rubble of collapsed buildings. The city's airport was closed after its runway and air traffic control tower were damaged. But officials say they are preparing to reopen it to allow aid to come in. Indonesia's military has already been sending in cargo planes carrying medical teams and relief aid. Indonesia sits on the Pacific Ring of Fire and is regularly hit by earthquakes. In August, a series of major quakes killed over 500 people in the tourist island of Lombok and destroyed dozens of villages along its northern coast.
Well, just taking us through the National Tourism Career Expo that has been taking place this week, we are now joined by Deputy Tourism Minister Elizabeth Thabethe, who is joining us this evening. A very good evening to you. We thank you very much for your time. We understand that the National Tourism Career Expo has a targeted focus on youth. Take us through its aims.
Yes, thank you very much, and thanks to the viewers. The National Tourism Careers Expo targets students who are willing to know within the tourism industry as well as the hospitality industry as to what is it that we offer. But we say to them it is always encouraging to see young people to become tourism ambassadors, but also to follow the careers thereof. It can be the chefs, it can be beach stewards, it can be food safety assurers, it can be amongst those that we train as the department and make sure that they can get certificates, they can get diplomas, and then we give them also opportunities to go outside of the country and work and come back with more experience and experience the cultural experience that they'll get outside the country and come back and be more good shape.
Yeah. In terms of youth participation, is the 2018 National Tourism Career Expo a success so far?
Come again?
Has the Expo been a success so far?
Oh yes, this is the 10th Careers Expo that we host as a department. The other for 3 years were in KwaZulu-Natal, Eastern Cape, and Free State was the last one to host for 3 years, each one of them. And this is the 10th one. Amongst those, we have the beneficiaries who attended 2014, 2010, 2009, all those both. Some of them are now in the tourism industry. Some of them are tour operators. Some of them have started their own business as young people. So we are very grateful that this program, I think, to us, is really making sure that it can create opportunities for our young people. And as you know, unemployment in South Africa, the majority of those happens to be young people. Yeah. So we are making a dent to go very slow, and we believe that through our this year alone, we're targeting 4,500, but it was oversubscribed. I think they're going to have plus minus 6,000 or so.
One of the activities that really stood out for me was the inclusion of actually assisting young and unemployed with their CVs. Take us through the importance of that.
Well, the whole program deals with the skills development, but also trying to make sure that we can include the ICT sector and the technology for young people so that they can be able to access and be able to use it in what they have now, that they can make a difference. So it varies from province to province, but almost all those that went through this program, they are able to say, at least I can follow this path, that I can be a better tourism ambassador tomorrow, but I can also be in this industry and make sure that I can be part of all these things.
Yeah. In terms of this industry, I'd just like to take this opportunity, now that we do have you on the line, to talk about the change in the visa regulations that were announced just recently and how this is going to be impacting the industry.
Well, as we indicated, this is going to add a plus in terms of those visitors who, some of them felt that, it is so onerous, I think, to fill in lots of forms of visas, but also just to if you want to go with your children that are still using certificates, the unabridged certificates, now there are better mechanisms that have been put in place. So surely it's going to be a plus unto the tourism figures, and we are hopeful that as moving forward with the Department of Home Affairs, interministerial committees that are working, we are yielding good results to see that at least as the President said during the State of the Nation address on the 16th of February, that currently tourism accounts for about 700,000 jobs. And he said we can easily or double that number if we can make efforts, because we've got a beautiful country that tourists want to come and visit this country in all the 9 provinces to provide things. And he also said we need to improve on destination marketing. And it's exactly, and we need also to deal with the barriers. So the barriers, I think it is those that have been lifted now, and we hope that then we'll get much more in terms of this sector.
Thank you very much for your time this evening. That was Deputy Tourism Minister Elizabeth Thabethe. For more on the National Tourism Career Expo, as well as the Tourism Department welcoming the new visa regulations and the change therein.